You were never meant for a normal life. The calling on you is uncommon, and so is the path. This message is a divine interruption, specifically for those feeling the pull of something greater. What if I told you that your deepest struggles are forging you into a weapon for God's kingdom? You're not just surviving, you're being equipped to fight and win in spiritual battles. Pause right now. This isn't coincidence. You were chosen to hear this revelation about your identity. As a chosen one, you're destined to be a kingdom weapon wrapped in the power of worship. Your life isn't random. It's a divine strategy designed for victory. The enemy attacks you relentlessly because they recognize your potential. Every scar and setback has been preparing you for this moment of empowerment. In Ephesians 6:10-11, the Bible declares, "Be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God." You are that armor, chosen one, activated through worship. Handpicked by God, you're a sharpened instrument for his purposes. Worship is the key that unlocks your spiritual authority. Address your past pains. They're not weaknesses, but preparations for wielding power. Biblical validation reminds us that God selects and empowers his own for great works. You're wrapped in worship, making you invincible in the face of trials. Today, God reveals a powerful truth. You are a kingdom weapon. Your true power is unlocked when you're enveloped in worship. It's not just about fighting, it's about fighting from a place of praise and divine favor. The enemy trembles at a chosen one who worships as it dismantles strongholds. Your struggles were never meant to defeat you. They prepare you to wield this weapon. As 2 Chronicles 20:21-22 shows, praise led to victory. As they began to sing and praise, the Lord set ambushes against the enemy. Worship transforms you from ordinary to extraordinary in God's kingdom. Embrace this truth. Your identity as a weapon is sustained by constant worship. Now, let's break this down. First, understand that you are a sharpened weapon in God's arsenal. Designed for precision and power, but only when honed through worship. Hebrews 4:12 says, "For the word of God is alive and active, sharper than any double-edged sword." This sword is you, chosen one, when your life aligns with worship. In daily life, turn to worship during moments of doubt or attack. If you're feeling overwhelmed, pause and praise. It's your shield against chaos. Your past pains are the forge that makes you effective, turning weakness into strength. Second, worship isn't optional. It's the wrapping that protects and activates your role. It shields you from the enemy's blows, surrounding you with favor. Psalm 5:11 declares, "Let all who take refuge in you be glad, let them ever sing for joy." You surround them with your favor as with a shield. Make worship a daily habit, even in the midst of chaos. If relationships or finances are under attack, let worship be your first response. It's not about perfection, it's about positioning yourself for victory. Your struggles will resonate less when worship turns defense into offense. Third, as a chosen one, you're called to wield your weapon in real battles. Use worship to advance God's kingdom and overcome darkness. Ephesians 6:17 reminds us, "Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God." Your worship infuses this sword with power, making you unstoppable. In your journey, declare God's promises through worship during trials. If you're facing fear or opposition, use it as fuel to fight back. Your emotional battles will transform into testimonies of conquest. Finally, your life as a kingdom weapon will leave a lasting legacy, with worship ensuring your impact echoes through generations. Psalm 145:4 states, "One generation commends your works to another. They tell of your mighty acts." Start building this legacy today by sharing your worship experiences. If you're feeling isolated in your calling, remember your story inspires others. Your pains aren't pointless. They're part of a greater narrative that equips those around you. Now, enter the mystical realm. Prophetic signs may begin to appear in your life. Visions of light piercing darkness or an overwhelming peace during worship signal your awakening. This is the Holy Spirit stirring the weapon within you. As you embrace worship, feel the energy shift in unseen forces. Chains break and battles turn in your favor through divine alignment. It's not coincidence. God is wrapping you in His presence, making you a feared force. Prophetic imagery reveals you as a radiant weapon, cutting through spiritual fog. Watch for dreams that confirm your role in this divine warfare. Worship creates a mystical barrier, protecting and propelling you forward. I challenge you now, declare in the comments, "I am a kingdom weapon wrapped in worship." Let's aim for 777 comments as a sign of readiness. God is moving through your action. Take a moment to pause, worship in prayer, and ask God to reveal how to wield your weapon. Start today by playing your favorite worship song and declaring victory. Make this a daily commitment. It's your step towards spiritual breakthrough. Don't wait. Respond in faith and see how worship activates your calling. Engage with this truth actively. It's time to move from hearing to doing. Share this message with someone who needs to hear it, spreading the fire of worship. Your immediate steps in faith will unlock doors you never imagined. Remember, action in worship is the key to becoming an effective kingdom weapon. As you step into this truth, watch breakthroughs unfold in your life. Doors to influence and favor will open, turning your struggles into testimonies. Worship will bring abundance you never imagined, both spiritually and practically. This isn't just personal victory, it's about kingdom impact. As Isaiah 60:1 promises, "Arise, shine, for your light has come." Your worship-wrapped weapon will radiate God's glory, drawing others in. Envision restored purpose, protection, and a life of influence ahead. Emotional and spiritual victories will become your new reality. Picture yourself standing firm with worship as your unbreakable shield. The rewards are tied to God's promises, ensuring your path leads to glory. Breakthroughs will manifest as you embrace your role fully. Financial strains will ease, relationships will heal, and purpose will clarify. This is the future glory awaiting every chosen one who worships. Your weapon, wrapped in worship, will lead to eternal impact. Visualize the joy of seeing lives changed through your obedience. God's favor will surround you, making every step victorious. Remember, chosen one, you are a kingdom weapon wrapped in worship. Your role is irreplaceable and powerful, destined for glory. God's promises over you are secure no matter the battles ahead. Keep trusting in His timing, it's perfectly aligned for you. Worship is your anchor in every storm, strengthening your resolve. Reflect on this message and let it sink deep into your spirit. You're not alone. The Holy Spirit is with you, guiding your steps. Every time you worship, you're reaffirming your divine identity. Trust that your struggles are shaping you for greater things. Continue in faith and watch your life transform beyond measure. Your victory is not just coming, it's already yours in Him. Stand firm as a chosen one wrapped in the power of worship. Let this truth empower you to face tomorrow with confidence. Go forth, kingdom weapon, and let your worship light the way. In the forge of trials, your spirit emerges as a blade honed for heaven's battles, wrapped in the melodies of worship that echo through eternity. Like a warrior cloaked in divine light, you stand unyielding, your every praise a shield against the shadows that dare to approach. Beneath the stars that witness your journey, your identity as a kingdom weapon awakens, fueled by the sacred fire of unceasing worship. As ancient winds whisper secrets of the chosen, you realize your scars are engravings of power, sealed by the rhythm of holy songs. In the heart of the storm, your worship rises like a banner, proclaiming your role as an unstoppable force in the realm of light. Picture the heavens parting as you lift your voice, transforming your ordinary steps into the path of a divinely forged instrument. Your essence, wrapped in worship's embrace, becomes a tempest that scatters darkness, revealing the warrior God always intended you to be. Through the veil of night, your praises pierce the void, awakening the dormant strength of a weapon crafted for kingdom conquests. In poetic symphony, your life story unfolds as an epic of redemption, where worship binds your soul to the hilt of heavenly might. Boldly, you are the arrow loosed from God's bow, your trajectory guided by worship's unwavering song through the battles ahead. As dawn breaks over hidden valleys, your worship illuminates the path, turning every obstacle into a stepping stone for your destined victory. In the quiet chambers of your spirit, worship weaves a garment of invincibility, arming you as a weapon against unseen foes. Like rivers carving canyons, your praises shape the landscape of your calling, etching your name among the legends of the faithful. With the thunder of angels as your chorus, you advance as a kingdom weapon, each note of worship dismantling the enemy's fortifications. In the tapestry of creation, your thread glows with worship's light, weaving patterns of power that bind heaven and earth. Bold spiritual fire ignites within you, proclaiming that as a chosen one, your worship is the key that unlocks gates of eternal influence. Amidst the chaos of worldly storms, your worship stands as a lighthouse, guiding lost souls through the might of your kingdom role. Like a phoenix rising from ashes, your spirit, wrapped in worship, rebirths as a weapon ready to claim victories long foretold. In the gallery of divine artistry, you are the masterpiece unveiled, your worship the brushstroke that brings forth unyielding strength. As echoes of ancient psalms resound, your identity solidifies, a weapon polished by worship's touch, radiant and resolute. Through the lens of Scripture, your life reflects Ephesians' armor, where worship fastens each piece, making you impenetrable in conflict. In vivid tales of old, you mirror David's harp, turning worship into a slingshot that fells giants in your modern-day battles. Poetically, your soul dances in worship's rhythm, a sharpened edge cutting through deception, fulfilling your role as heaven's envoy. Boldly declared, you are the sower of seeds in worship's soil, harvesting breakthroughs that multiply your influence across generations. As morning light kisses the horizon, your worship awakens dormant powers, positioning you as a vanguard in spiritual warfare. In the depths of introspection, worship reveals your edges, honing them into a precise tool for God's precise plans. Like a fortress built on solid rock, your worship fortifies your spirit, making you a bastion against the tides of doubt. Through prophetic visions, you see yourself as an arrow in flight, propelled by worship's wind toward targets of divine destiny. In the symphony of the saints, your voice adds a triumphant note, transforming you into a weapon that resonates with heavenly authority. Boldly, worship encircles you like a crown of thorns turned to glory, empowering your steps as a chosen conqueror. As shadows flee from your path, worship's light exposes hidden truths, arming you for the victories etched in your lineage. In poetic reflection, your journey is a ballad of resilience, where each verse of praise sharpens your blade for the fray. Like the sun-piercing clouds, your worship breaks through barriers, revealing the warrior spirit God embedded in your core. Through the annals of faith, you are chronicled as a weapon of worship, your story a testament to unshakable divine selection. Bold spiritual truth. Your worship is the oil that keeps your edge keen, ensuring no battle dulls your kingdom purpose. In the theater of dreams, visions unfold of you wielding worship as a scepter, commanding realms with authority from on high. As the earth turns in its orbit, your praises align with cosmic forces, positioning you as an instrument of heavenly warfare. Poetically woven, your life is a mosaic of trials and triumphs, with worship as the golden thread binding your weapon's form. Like a river flowing to the sea, your worship carries you forward, eroding obstacles and forging paths to promised lands. Boldly proclaimed, you are the echo of prophets past, your worship amplifying their cries into a roar that shakes foundations. In mystical realms, signs appear as whispers in the wind, confirming your role as a weapon wrapped in worship's sacred veil. As ethereal energies converge, your worship summons guardians unseen, fortifying your spirit against encroaching darkness. In poetic mystery, your soul communes with ancient spirits, drawing power from worship to unveil your prophetic destiny. Boldly, the heavens declare your awakening, with worship as the key that unlocks doors to realms of untold spiritual might. Like stars aligning in the night sky, your worship orchestrates cosmic shifts, marking you as a beacon for the chosen. Through veils of the unknown, prophetic dreams reveal your weapon's glow, ignited by the flame of unwavering praise. In the dance of shadows and light, worship becomes your compass, guiding you through mystical paths to your kingdom throne. As divine energies pulse through your veins, your worship transforms ordinary moments into portals of breakthrough and glory. Poetically, you are the bridge between worlds, your praises echoing across dimensions, solidifying your role in eternal battles. Bold spiritual revelation. Worship awakens the sleeper within, turning your inner fire into a weapon that pierces the veil of mystery. In vivid storytelling, imagine your voice as a battle cry, rallying heavenly hosts as you step into your ordained warfare. Like a seed bursting through soil, your worship propels you upward, breaking chains and claiming the rewards of faithfulness. Through poetic prophecy, your legacy blooms as a garden of victory, where each act of praise yields fruits of abundance. Boldly envision doors swinging wide, ushering you into realms of influence, all because worship wrapped your spirit in power. As the curtain rises on your future, worship illuminates the stage, revealing breakthroughs that crown your efforts with glory. In the tapestry of tomorrow, your threads of praise weave patterns of prosperity, transforming struggles into stories of triumph. Like eagles soaring on thermals, your worship lifts you to heights where rewards await, far beyond earthly comprehension. Poetically, your path is lined with golden promises, each step in worship drawing you closer to the harvest of your labors. Boldly declared, the future holds victories unnumbered, with worship as the key that unlocks the treasures of your calling. In mystical foresight, see yourself as a conqueror, your weapon gleaming with worship's light, leading multitudes to freedom. As echoes of praise resound, your influence expands, touching lives and nations with the fire of your kingdom identity. Through vivid prophecy, breakthroughs cascade like waterfalls, refreshing your soul and empowering your every endeavor. Like a phoenix in flight, your worship-forged spirit rises, claiming rewards that echo through the ages of your lineage. Poetically, the dawn of your glory unfolds, with worship as the sun that banishes night, revealing paths to untold favor. Boldly, envision abundance flowing like rivers, a testament to the weapon you became through unyielding songs of adoration. In the grand design, your rewards are etched in stars, each one a starburst of victory born from your worshipful heart. As heavenly blueprints unfold, worship positions you at the center, where breakthroughs and glory intersect in perfect harmony. Like a symphony reaching crescendo, your life builds to a climax of reward, orchestrated by the notes of your praise. Poetically, your future is a canvas painted with triumph, strokes of worship coloring every scene with divine splendor. Bold spiritual vision. See yourself enthroned in victory, your weapon of worship securing legacies that endure forevermore. Now rise and declare your truth. I am a kingdom weapon, empowered by worship to shatter every chain that binds me. In this moment, let worship flow from your lips, igniting the fire within and propelling you into action divine. Boldly step forward. Make today the day you embrace your calling, wrapping your spirit in songs that conquer the night. As the spirit stirs, commit to daily praise, transforming your routine into a ritual of unstoppable kingdom power. Poetically, let your voice be the first light of dawn, declaring victory and stepping into the battles meant for you. In vivid resolve, share your testimony. Let others see how worship has forged you into a weapon of light. Now gather your courage, worship in the midst of storms, and watch as your actions unlock doors to greater glory. Boldly affirm, with worship as my shield, I advance as a chosen one, ready to claim the victories ahead. As energies align, take the step. Play a song of praise and feel the shift that activates your spiritual might. In poetic urgency, write your declaration. Let it be a banner that rallies your soul for the fights to come. Rise now and act. Let worship be your compass, guiding each decision toward the breakthroughs destined for you. Boldly engage. Share this truth with one soul today, multiplying the impact of your kingdom weapon. In the quiet, pause for worship. It's the spark that ignites your path, turning potential into profound reality. As the call echoes, respond with praise. Your actions today weave the tapestry of tomorrow's triumphs. Poetically, let your steps be a dance of faith, each movement in worship drawing you deeper into your divine role. Now declare aloud, I wield worship as my weapon, stepping boldly into the battles God has prepared. In vivid action, start a journal of praises. Document how worship sharpens your edge for the wars ahead. Boldly commit. Dedicate moments each day to worship and witness the transformation of your spirit into unassailable strength. As the Spirit prompts, reach out. Encourage another chosen one, sharing how worship has armed you for victory. In poetic summons, answer the call. Let your worship be the first strike in the spiritual conflicts of your life. Remember, chosen one, your essence is eternally wrapped in worship, a weapon forged for enduring glory. In the quiet aftermath, let these truths settle. You are irreplaceable in the kingdom's grand design. Boldly stand firm. Your identity as a weapon of worship remains unshaken, no matter the trials that approach. As the stars bear witness, your path is secure, illuminated by the light of praises that never fade. Poetically, your story is one of triumph, with worship as the thread that binds your victories together. In divine assurance, embrace the peace. God's hand guides your every step as a chosen instrument of power. Bold spiritual anchor. You are destined for greatness, your worship the key that unlocks heaven's vaults. As echoes of encouragement linger, trust in the process. Your weapon is refined, ready for the glory ahead. In poetic finality, let your heart rest. The battles are won in worship, and your legacy is assured. Remember this truth. As a kingdom weapon wrapped in worship, your light will shine eternally, illuminating paths for all. Rise now, chosen one, for the enemy senses your awakening as a kingdom weapon wrapped in worship, and time is slipping away. Seize this moment to embrace your divine forging, where every trial sharpens you for the battles ahead. Declare your readiness. For worship is the fire that tempers your spirit into an unbreakable force. Step into your role as the heavens align to reveal your purpose in the spiritual war raging unseen. Activate your power, for ignoring this call could leave you vulnerable to the shadows that seek to dim your light. Understand that your worship is not mere song. It's the shield that deflects the enemy's deadliest strikes. Forge ahead, knowing that every act of praise propels you deeper into your destined victory. Claim your authority, for as a kingdom weapon, your voice in worship shatters chains of oppression. Press on with urgency, as the Spirit urges you to wield your gifts before the opportunity fades. Ignite your faith, for worship transforms your weaknesses into weapons of divine precision. Stand firm, chosen one, for the battles you face are opportunities to demonstrate your worship-wrapped might. Advance boldly, as your identity as a weapon demands immediate action against encroaching darkness. Unleash your potential, for worship is the key that unlocks the full arsenal of heaven's resources. Move with purpose, knowing that hesitation allows the enemy to gain ground in your life. Embrace the call, for your life as a kingdom weapon is meant to inspire and lead others into freedom. Charge forward, as worship wraps you in an impenetrable layer of God's favor and protection. Take hold of this truth, for every moment of praise fortifies your spirit against future assaults. Surge ahead, chosen one, for the kingdom's future depends on warriors like you stepping up now. Activate your inner strength as worship turns your personal struggles into triumphs of faith. Proceed with resolve, for the divine interruption you received is a summons to immediate engagement. Witness the prophetic signs unfolding, where dreams of light breaking through darkness signal your weapon's activation. Feel the mystical energy shift as worship draws heavenly forces to your side in unseen battles. Perceive the subtle whispers of the Spirit, guiding you as a weapon finely tuned for kingdom purposes. Observe how worship creates ripples in the spiritual realm, aligning stars and fates in your favor. Sense the ancient power awakening within, as prophetic imagery of shields and swords envelops your worship. Recognize the mystical veil lifting, revealing your role in a grander cosmic warfare. Experience the divine alignment, where worship synchronizes your steps with eternal strategies. Behold the prophetic visions that confirm your status, showing worship as the thread weaving your destiny. Grasp the mystical essence, for worship invites angelic hosts to guard and empower your path. Discern the spiritual currents changing, as your weapon wrapped in worship disrupts enemy plans. Heed the inner call to action, for declaring your identity aloud ignites your spiritual authority. Begin your worship routine today, as even a single song can repel the forces arrayed against you. Make a bold declaration now, affirming that you are a kingdom weapon ready for the fight. Engage in prayerful worship immediately, transforming your daily struggles into stepping stones of victory. Take the first step by sharing your testimony, rallying others to join as fellow weapons in worship. Challenge yourself to worship through trials, turning every hardship into a launchpad for breakthroughs. Act on this revelation, for pausing to praise shifts the atmosphere and claims your promised land. Commit to daily declarations, speaking life over your battles as a worship-wrapped warrior. Rise and respond, for inaction dulls your weapon, but worship sharpens it for immediate use. Seize the opportunity to lead, inviting your community to worship together and amplify your collective power. Envision the breakthroughs cascading, where worship unlocks doors to influence and restoration in your life. Picture the rewards awaiting, as your kingdom weapon brings forth abundance and joy beyond measure. Imagine the glory unfolding, with worship paving the way for emotional healing and spiritual freedom. Foresee the victories mounting, as your wrapped in worship identity attracts favor from every direction. Anticipate the transformation, where past pains become testimonies of triumph through faithful praise. See the future glory, with your weapon leading charges that expand God's kingdom exponentially. Contemplate the rewards, as worship secures your legacy of impact and eternal significance. Visualize the breakthroughs, where financial strains dissolve into prosperity through persistent worship. Dream of the protection enveloping you, shielding your loved ones as your weapon stands guard. Envision the ripple effects, as your worship-inspired victories inspire generations to follow suit. Foresee the emotional restoration, where worship mends broken hearts and restores lost purpose. Picture the spiritual elevation, ascending to new heights of authority as a chosen kingdom instrument. Anticipate the practical wins, like restored relationships forged in the fire of worshipful warfare. See the divine favor raining down, turning ordinary days into extraordinary displays of power. Imagine the breakthroughs in health and strength, as worship renews your body and spirit. Contemplate the communal impact, where your weapon's influence draws multitudes into God's light. Envision the eternal rewards, with crowns of glory awaiting those who wield worship faithfully. Foresee the chains breaking, as your persistent praise ushers in waves of liberation and peace. Picture the path ahead, illuminated by worship's glow, leading to uncharted territories of success. Anticipate the ultimate victory, where your life as a weapon culminates in unending worship before the throne. Remember, chosen one, your calling as a kingdom weapon is etched in the heavens, unchangeable and profound. Reaffirm your identity, for worship wraps you in an eternal promise of strength and victory. Trust in the divine plan, as every step you take in worship secures your place in God's story. Hold fast to this truth, knowing that your weapon is forged for glory, not defeat. Embrace the encouragement, for the Spirit whispers that your battles are already won through worship. Stand assured, chosen one, that your role is irreplaceable in the kingdom's grand design. Let this affirmation sink in. Worship is your constant companion, empowering you beyond measure. Reassure your spirit, for God's timing is perfect, and your weapon will shine in due season. Cling to the promise, as worship transforms your weaknesses into weapons of mass redemption. Anchor your faith, knowing that as a chosen one, your worship-wrapped life is destined for greatness. Reflect on your journey, for every trial has prepared you to wield this divine instrument effectively. Trust the process, as worship bridges the gap between your current struggles and future triumphs. Reaffirm your worth, for you are a masterpiece weapon crafted by God's own hands. Let encouragement fuel you, for the enemy's attacks only highlight your potential in worship. Hold on to hope, chosen one, as your identity remains unshaken amid life's tempests. Embrace the reassurance that worship is your lifeline, pulling you through every storm. Stand confident, for God's promises over you as a weapon are as steadfast as the stars. Reflect deeply, knowing that your worship resonates in the heavens, echoing your unyielding purpose. Trust unwaveringly, for the path ahead is lit by the light of your divine calling. Reaffirm today that you are more than a survivor. You are a conqueror, wrapped in worship's embrace. Keep pressing onward, as your kingdom weapon thrives on the fuel of faithful praise. Persist in worship, for it is the key to unlocking doors that no enemy can shut. Continue your journey, knowing that each act of devotion strengthens your spiritual armor. Maintain your focus, chosen one, for distractions fade when worship takes center stage. Endure with grace as worship transforms challenges into catalysts for your growth. Persevere through trials, for your weapon is designed to emerge sharper from the forge. Stay committed, as the rewards of worship far outweigh the temporary pains of battle. Hold your ground, for worship ensures that your legacy as a kingdom weapon endures. Keep advancing, with worship as your guide, leading you to victories yet unseen. Remain steadfast, chosen one, for the Spirit empowers you to overcome any obstacle. Cultivate your faith, as worship deepens your connection to the divine source of strength. Press forward, knowing that worship is the rhythm that synchronizes your heart with heaven's beat. Sustain your efforts, for every moment of praise builds an unassailable fortress around your soul. Guard your path, with worship as the light that exposes and defeats lurking shadows. Nourish your spirit, as consistent worship replenishes the energy needed for your calling. Forge ahead, Chosen one, for worship is the wind beneath your wings in spiritual flight. Uphold your mission, recognizing that worship turns your ordinary life into an extraordinary testimony. Persist relentlessly as the power of worship propels you toward your ultimate destiny. Cling to encouragement, for as a kingdom weapon, your worship ensures perpetual triumph. Finally, rest in this truth. You are eternally wrapped in worship, a chosen one destined for glory. God never wastes pain. It's the forge that sharpens you into a kingdom weapon, ready to pierce through darkness with worship's fire. There comes a moment when your hidden struggles ignite into divine purpose, transforming you into an unyielding force wrapped in sacred praise. Every trial you've endured is a divine chisel, crafting you as a weapon of light, empowered by the rhythm of worship that echoes eternity. In the quiet of your soul, a heavenly call awakens, declaring you a chosen instrument, fortified by worship's unbreakable shield. Your deepest wounds become the hilt of your spiritual sword, gripped by worship that turns vulnerability into victorious might. As shadows gather, remember your essence is divine weaponry, activated through worship that scatters the forces of despair. The heavens declare your selection. You are a blade of justice, honed by trials and enveloped in worship's radiant glory. No storm can dull your edge, for worship infuses you with celestial strength, making you a beacon in the kingdom's fray. Your life's narrative shifts from survival to conquest, as worship wraps you in armor that defies the enemy's relentless pursuit. Behold the dawn of your true calling, a weapon forged in faith, where every act of worship amplifies your unassailable power. In the tapestry of destiny, your threads of pain weave into a masterpiece, a weapon brandished high through unwavering worship. The Spirit whispers your name in the wind, affirming you as a harbinger of change, shielded by worship's eternal flame. Your past echoes fade into a symphony of triumph, as worship molds you into a kingdom catalyst, unstoppable and pure. Divine selection marks you as a sentinel of light, where worship becomes the essence that propels you into battles unseen. From the ashes of brokenness rises your form, a weapon of redemption, sustained by worship's unending, healing melody. The path ahead illuminates with purpose, revealing you as a forged ally in heaven's arsenal, guarded by worship's sacred veil. Your heart's quiet storms build an inner fortress, turning you into a worship-wrapped warrior, destined for legendary feats. In moments of doubt, recall your divine imprint, a weapon of grace, empowered by worship that silences the chaos around. The Creator's hand shapes your spirit into precision, a tool of liberation, activated through worship's profound resonance. As the world fades, your inner light intensifies, positioning you as a kingdom enforcer, cloaked in worship's divine authority. Your essence resonates with heavenly echoes, declaring you a chosen conduit where worship ignites unquenchable fire within. No chain can bind your potential, for worship unravels the ties, unveiling you as a radiant weapon in the divine conflict. The stars align in your favor, affirming your role as a harbinger of hope, fortified by worship's unbreakable covenant. Your journey's trials are the sparks that temper your soul, crafting you into a worship-empowered guardian of truth. In the silence of reflection, divine whispers confirm your stature, a weapon of purity wrapped in worship's holy embrace. Every setback becomes a stepping stone, elevating you as a kingdom vanguard sustained by worship's eternal rhythm. Your spirit awakens to its true form, a blade of compassion, sharpened and protected through acts of devoted worship. The heavens applaud your resilience, marking you as an indomitable force, where worship is the key to unlocking destiny. From hidden depths, your power emerges, a worship-infused arrow aimed at the heart of darkness, precise and unerring. Divine favor rests upon you, transforming ordinary moments into extraordinary victories through the shield of worship. Your life's canvas paints a portrait of strength, where worship colors every stroke, making you a masterpiece weapon. In the realm of the unseen, your identity solidifies as a celestial defender, empowered by worship's guiding light. No foe can withstand your advance, for worship equips you with an arsenal of grace, turning defense into dominance. The Creator's breath fills your sails, propelling you as a worship-wrapped vessel, navigating storms with unwavering faith. Your inner sanctum glows with purpose, revealing you as a forged instrument, resonant with worship's harmonious power. As trials test your mettle, worship refines your edge, positioning you as a kingdom strategist, wise and formidable. Divine selection carves your path, making you a beacon of renewal, where worship amplifies your voice in the eternal chorus. Your spirit's depth uncovers hidden strengths, molding you into a worship-emboldened warrior, ready for the fray. In the dance of shadows and light, you emerge as a pivotal player, a weapon of truth, sustained by worship's enduring song. The fabric of your being is rewoven with divine threads, affirming you as a guardian of hope, cloaked in worship's majesty. Truth unfolds like a scroll, revealing your role as a kingdom catalyst, where worship ignites flames of transformation. Your essence is a symphony of power, composed by heaven, with worship as the melody that drives your spiritual conquest. In the heart of conflict, worship becomes your compass, guiding you as a precise instrument of divine intervention. The veil lifts, exposing your potential as an unshakable force, wrapped in worship that dismantles barriers unseen. Your path illuminates with sacred insight, positioning you as a harbinger of change, fueled by worship's radiant energy. Divine revelations cascade upon you, affirming your status as a weapon of light, activated through worship's pure essence. No illusion can obscure your calling. Worship sharpens your vision, making you a seer in the kingdom's grand design. Your spirit resonates with eternal frequencies, turning you into a conduit of power, sustained by worship's holy cadence. In the theater of destiny, you take center stage, a worship-empowered protagonist scripting victories against the odds. Truth's light pierces the darkness, declaring you a forged ally where worship is the forge that never cools. Your inner world expands with divine wisdom, crafting you as a strategic weapon enveloped in worship's protective glow. As revelations flow, your identity crystallizes, a beacon of resilience amplified by worship's unyielding strength. The cosmos conspires for your elevation, making you a pivotal force, where worship unlocks doors to infinite possibility. Your journey's essence is a divine blueprint, with worship as the ink that etches your name in the annals of glory. In the quiet revelation, you grasp your role, a weapon of mercy, honed and directed through worship's guiding hand. Divine currents carry you forward, transforming you into a vanguard of hope, sustained by worship's rhythmic pulse. Your spirit's core ignites with purpose, positioning you as an indomitable presence wrapped in worship's sacred armor. Truth's embrace reveals your potential, a catalyst for change, where worship turns whispers into thunderous declarations. In the unfolding narrative, you stand as a pillar of light, a weapon of grace empowered by worship's eternal flame. Revelations cascade like rivers, affirming your destiny as a kingdom enforcer, fueled by worship's profound depth. First, embrace your sharpened edge, a weapon of precision refined through worship that cuts through deception's veil. Your trials have tempered your spirit, making you a blade of truth, where worship infuses every strike with divine intent. In practical steps, let worship be your daily ritual, turning ordinary moments into sharpened resolve against adversity. Biblical echoes affirm your honing. As iron sharpens iron, so worship refines you into a weapon of unerring accuracy. Emotional resonance builds as you wield this truth, transforming past pains into a polished edge that glorifies the divine. Second, view worship as your impenetrable wrap, a layer of protection that guards your spirit in the heat of battle. No assault can penetrate this shield. Worship envelops you, turning vulnerability into an unbreachable fortress. Apply this daily. In chaos, choose worship first and watch it deflect arrows aimed at your peace and purpose. Scriptures illuminate this wrapping. As a shield surrounds the warrior, so worship encircles you with favor's might. Your struggles resonate with new meaning, as worship shifts your defense into an offensive surge of spiritual power. Third, step into the arena. Wield your weapon in warfare, using worship to advance and conquer the shadows ahead. Every declaration through worship becomes a thrust, piercing the darkness and claiming victory in the divine name. In real-life battles, let worship fuel your steps, turning fear into fuel for triumphant strides forward. Biblical mandates equip you. Take up the sword of the Spirit, infused with worship's power to overcome all opposition. Emotional victories unfold as you fight, transforming inner turmoil into testimonies of worship's conquering force. Fourth, envision your legacy, a worship-wrapped weapon that echoes through time, inspiring generations to come. Your life's impact ripples outward as worship ensures your story becomes a beacon for future warriors of light. Begin today. Share your worship journey and watch it ignite flames in others, building an enduring heritage. Scriptures promise this echo. One generation passes the torch, and your worship amplifies its eternal glow. Pains once burdensome now forge a legacy, where your weapon's story equips and empowers those who follow. Mystical signs appear in your path, whispers of light that signal your awakening as a weapon in worship's realm. Prophetic visions stir your dreams, revealing chains breaking as worship aligns you with unseen forces of destiny. In the shift of energies, feel the divine pulse, wrapping you in a cloak that turns ordinary into the extraordinary. Your spirit senses the mystical call, a weapon humming with worship's frequency, ready to disrupt the darkness. Prophetic imagery floods your awareness, showing you as a luminous arrow launched by worship into the heavens' bow. As energies converge, worship becomes the key unlocking mystical doors that reveal your role in the cosmic dance. Divine alignments manifest in subtle ways, affirming you as a prophetic instrument, shrouded in worship's mystery. Your inner eye opens to visions, where worship weaves a tapestry of power, making you a conduit for heavenly might. Mystical forces gather around you, a weapon forged in the ethereal, sustained by worship's enchanting rhythm. In this prophetic space, feel the surge. Worship wraps you in an aura that commands the elements and defies the void. Now rise to action. Declare your identity aloud, letting worship be the anthem that propels you into your calling. Take the first step today. Immerse in worship and watch it unlock the doors to your destined battles and victories. Challenge yourself. Share this truth with one soul, using worship as the bridge to ignite their spiritual awakening. In faith, begin a worship routine, transforming daily routines into rituals that sharpen your weapon's edge. Act now. Let your declarations echo as worship becomes the force that turns your intentions into tangible triumphs. Visions of breakthrough await, where your worship-wrapped weapon opens floods of favor and restores lost dreams. Picture the glory. Your steps lead to abundance, with worship illuminating paths of influence and unshakable peace. Biblical promises unfold, turning your struggles into stories of triumph, as a weapon in worship claims its reward. The future gleams with your legacy, a radiant force that draws others into light, secured by worship's eternal hold. Finally, stand firm in this truth. You are an irreplaceable weapon wrapped in worship, destined for unending glory.